The writing's on the wall, as the ladies like to say. I mean, we've been talking about this for a long while now, and it just seems like all signs are pointing to this is happening sooner than later. So many events happening one right after the other. There's been some craziness going on today that I want to discuss. But late last year, we saw this stuff, the Brooklyn and whatever the other one was, the Xbox Series X refresh, all digital version type of thing. I know, these companies are all going to refresh their consoles at some point and whatnot. But with Xbox, I'm not like against Xbox. I own a Series X and a Series S, and they do get quite a bit of use in my house. But there's one thing you have to really see with Xbox. You go to a retail store. First off, like the Xbox section for physical games is a joke, and it has been for a while. Some stores it's a joke for all consoles. Like some Targets I've been to where they have like no physical copies of games, for the most part. They might have a couple here and there, but like the Switch section will be pretty big, PlayStation section will be pretty big. And the little Xbox section with clearance games in the corner, like, and whose fault is that though? Is it the retailer seeing like, hey, maybe those games aren't selling as much, so maybe they're not going to dedicate the space, or is it the lack of games coming out that are being sold physical? I think there may be a combination of things there, but like I said, there's a lot of signs pointing to that this is just going to be the future, that a lot of retailers aren't going to be selling physical media for video game consoles. Today, Microsoft just laid off 1,900 Activision Blizzard and Xbox employees. I've been seeing talks of this all day, and I'm like, you know what? There's tons of companies that wind up doing layoffs and whatnot, but as somebody who talks about games, in the YouTube channel and whatnot, yeah, I'm going to see this kind of stuff out there quite a bit more than others. But hey, anybody who loses their job for a layoff, not due to their own actions, due to the actions of the company, for whatever restructuring reasons, maybe the profits aren't. I don't know. Yeah, I feel bad for them. No matter what it is, the video game market, the grocery store, warehouse, whatever it is. I've seen it happen time and time again, and it sucks. I'm gonna be sympathetic. It sucks for them. It does. But when a company like as big as Microsoft or any company, they take on, they merge with other companies or they buy other companies, and they go through restructuring. Of course, people are going to lose their jobs. It's just the way it is, man. There's going to be redundancies, right? With Microsoft taking over, Activision Blizzard, there's going to be redundancies with certain jobs, but there's going to be more than that winds up losing their job, and that's the way it seems here. But yeah, 1,900 people, that's a lot. This Verge article kind of goes over the numbers and whatnot. The cuts work out to roughly 8%. I'm not going to read all of this, because there's still a few other things I want to discuss. Of the overall Microsoft gaming division, that stands around 22,000 employees total. So, dang, like almost 2,000. It's freaking nuts. So, there's a memo from Phil Spencer, Microsoft Gaming CEO. We'll read that real quick. It's been a little over 3 months since the Activision Blizzard and King teams joined Microsoft. As we move forward in 2024, the leadership of Microsoft Gaming, Activision Blizzard's committing to aligning on a strategy and execution plan with a sustainable cost structure that will support the whole of our growing business. Together, we've set priorities, identified areas of overlap, and ensured that we all aligned on the best opportunities for growth. I seen mention earlier that Microsoft has reached I believe, $3 trillion valuation, only second to Apple. That's freaking nuts, dude. It just popped in my head right now as I was looking through this. But yeah, $3 trillion company. How, and they can't afford to, move people around. I don't know, man. You got to cut the fat somehow. 1,900 people. That's nuts. But okay, continuing on. As part of this process, we've made the painful decision to reduce the size of our gaming workforce by approximately 1,900 roles out of the 2,200 people on our team. Gaming leadership team and I are committed to navigating this process as thoughtfully as possible. Okay. Thoughtfully how? Like severance packages? Like, I don't know, man. The people who are directly impacted by these reductions have all played an important part in the success of Activision Blizzard, ZeniMax, and the Xbox teams, and they should be proud of everything they've accomplished here. But were you guys proud of them? Because you just got rid of them. They couldn't have been that important then. If you cut somebody, that means you didn't value them. Not because, like, well, their job's not needed anymore. If you cut them, you figure somebody else could do that job. So you didn't value that individual. It's all bullshit, man. It's all bullshit. They should be proud. We're grateful for all the creativity, passion, and dedication. So you really, uh, we will provide our full support to those who are impacted during the transition, including severance benefits. Okay, um, informed by local employment laws. That's like because they're required to in certain regards, not because they want to, because they want to stay on the up and up of the law. Those whose roles will be impacted will be notified, and we ask that you please treat your departing colleagues with respect and compassion that is consistent with our values. Looking ahead, we'll continue to invest in areas that will grow our business, support our strategy of bringing more games to more players around the world. Although this is a difficult moment for our team, I'm confident as ever in your ability to create and nurture the games, stories, and worlds that bring players together. Phil. So, yeah, like I said, redundancies in positions most likely, like PR people, maybe certain things, QA. I don't know. Like maybe they're like, well, we have enough here. Let's get. It always happens, man. When these companies buy up other companies, they're gonna restructure, get rid of people, man. They also state that Blizzard president Mike Ybarra has decided to leave the company. What? What? As many of you know, Mike previously spent more than 20 years at Microsoft. Now, as he's seen the acquisition through as Blizzard's president, he's decided to leave the company. He's like, peace out, I'm gone. And this is coming from Microsoft's game content and studio president, Matt Booty, in an internal memo. Okay, Matt Booty does have his memo down here, I believe. Here we go. Mr. Booty's freaking internal memo. Blizzard team. As you may have read in Phil's notes, today's a challenging day as we say goodbye to some of our colleagues. They're like, get the hell out of here. Don't let the door hit you on the ass on the way out. They didn't say goodbye. They said, get the hell out of here. That's fucked up, man. I'm sorry. But it's just like these big companies, time and time again, that's just the way it goes down. It is one of this is a difficult process, but it is one that will best enable Blizzard. I'm adding words. Best enable Blizzard and Xbox to deliver ambitious games for our players in more platforms, more places than ever before. In addition to the event, I skipped around. In addition to the events today, Mike Ybarra and I have been discussing his future, some of his personal passions for some time. Many of you know Mike previously spent more than 20 years at Microsoft. Now that he's seen the acquisition through, he's decided to leave the company. Peace out, bitches. As we move forward, we'll continue to build on the positive momentum that Mike created to strive to continue exceeding the expectations of Blizzard's players. You mean the freaking people you're taking advantage of. Oh my God, Blizzard's not the same company they used to be, man. But, okay, they talk about what's going to happen next. And, I'm not going to go through all that because there's still a few things that I wanted to talk about. But I was seeing with these layoffs and whatnot that there's been reports that Xbox physical games departments reportedly affected by the Microsoft layoffs. So I guess they might not need those people anymore. That's the trajectory that they're going for, is this all digital future. Microsoft is also, according to Windows Central Jez Corden, Microsoft has also shut down departments dedicated to bringing Xbox games to physical retail, which if you've seen the digital-only Xbox leaks, well, you can get an idea where Microsoft is going here. Kind of where I'm leading. He did state, note, reducing retail teams doesn't confirm Microsoft is quitting physical retail for Xbox games yet. They can outsource, might be consolidating here, so don't run with Xbox is quitting physical based on this. But it does seem like the, industry trajectory. Writing is on the wall, as the ladies like to say. That's just the way it seems. Look at this report from a week ago. Walmart reportedly starting to purge physical games next week. They're getting rid of them Xbox games, dude. They had a memo out there that I seen people putting around that went through Walmart, like, hey, gather up all the Starfield Xbox games and destroy them, mark them down 3 cents, whatever it was, right? Like, we're getting rid of these. Take them off the shelf. We're not selling this stuff anymore. The writing is on the wall. The digital future, at least Xbox is going to be leading the way with that. They're going to, I like physical I'm not going to go over all that. I don't want this to be a 30-minute video. Reasons why I like physical. Like, I have something physical that I can keep, I can sell, I could trade, I could do whatever with. Digital, I can't. Ownership, licensing of the actual content of that, I understand. You don't really own anything. And there's certain games that didn't really matter anyway with how things are now. Like, you insert the disc and download day one update that's bigger than the actual game. It's ridiculous, man. But they have to be seeing like this is the future and it makes sense for them. And once one company goes that route, the others may start to follow. That's what my fear is. I don't know. But I just want to talk about this real quick today because, yeah, I'm big on physical games, but I get it. Some of these companies are just not going to be bothering anymore. And with all this stuff going on, just kind of, like I said, one right after the other, these different events kind of are pointing towards that happening sooner than later. It's just a thought. Nothing, actual concrete here, etched in stone that Xbox leaving the market of physical games, but all signs, shake that magic 8 ball and it's gonna be like, bitch, yes. That's the way it seems. Appreciate you guys.